Welcome to Power Up Your House Bedroom Essential Series. In my previous video, I mentioned 4 major considerations in maximizing the Qi flowing inside the bedroom. First, we delve on eliminating the yang elements and internal shas that negatively affects the user's health, wealth, and reputation. In this video, we will tackle the influence of external shas and the effect of annual flying star to the bedroom user. Sha Qi, or unfavorable energy, as you might have observed, sends out negative energy or vibe. Under certain timing, external shas has a negative effect that ranges its influence from illness to robbery or even calamity. It is therefore wise for home buyers first inspect the surroundings of a property before buying. If the house has already been bought, look outside your window and see if you have any of these sources of shas. First, Crescent blade sha. These are usually observed by people living near bending flyovers. Anxiety and restlessness are the negative effect as noise and car lights disrupt the Qi in this room. One can only minimize the effect of the Qi by shielding the windows with thick curtains. Second, peeping tom sha. These are structural formations of mountains or buildings that seem to be peeping behind another structure. This formation tends to denote that occupants will experience robbery, fraud, or embezzlement. The third common visual shock that can send out negative energies are the pylons or power lines. These are considered as strong fire elements in its nature. If you are a home buyer, best you avoid a property that is near to this structure so as to avoid electromagnetic exposure. The most common remedy used by practitioners to minimize the effect involves the introduction of a large water element feature near the house. The fourth and last are sharp, pointy structures or objects that points directly to your house or room. These are called poison arrows. Poison arrows are concentrated energy accumulation caused by sharp objects which points toward the door or window of your home. The 5-element Fury's form points out that these forms are considered to be fire, and this energy shoots like high-speed bullets into your house. In case it hits a wall, no worries for that. However, if it catches your door or your window, it is totally a different story. It is important to realize that the exterior poison arrows are far by the worst. Now, how can you tell if you're affected by a poison arrow? Usually, elderly people or kids can feel the effect of a poison arrow first. It is due to a weaker immune system which lets bad energy pass easier. If all of a sudden, some unexplained changes occur, go out for a hunt and observe if some sharp objects do point toward the home. Illness or sudden money loss is a sign as well that something is not right. And lastly, poison arrows can interrupt a good night's sleep. Our first fun fact. Do you know where classical or traditional Feng Shui came from? This came from understanding Kan Yu, or the laws of heaven and earth. Kan Yu then became known as Feng Shui. Now, there are only 2 schools. First is San He, or form Feng Shui, where practitioners look for mountains and bodies of water to tap Qi. The second is San Yuan, or formula Feng Shui, where calculation of energy is internal. This is where Flying Star School came from. And what about New Age Feng Shui? It is not part of the traditional one, but a derivative, which focuses on symbolism using decors and ornaments. So maybe you are thinking, which is better, classical or New Age? Is San He more powerful than San Yuan? I still need to make a video for that then. Now, let's discuss the third factor in maximizing the Qi in your bedroom, and this involves timing. According to the Flying Star Feng Shui, an annual star or energy visits each sector of the house yearly. The annual visiting star changes location every year at the beginning of the solar calendar year, which usually starts by February. A certain specific energy stays in a particular sector for the whole year, influencing the occupant of the sector or room. There is a certain annual flying star we hope doesn't fall into our bedroom, and that is the flying star number 5. Flying star number 5 is an earth-designated element and is known by other names such as Wu Wang, the 5 yellow, and the misfortune star. True to its name, the energy it carries has catastrophic impact to the owner of the house. This star is known to cause or create drastic changes to one's fortune that, if cannot be handled properly, can bring poverty, accident, and sickness to one's family. How to know which sector of your house will be affected by the 5 yellow? As mentioned, this involves timing. So for the year 2021, the star is located at the southeast sector of the house. For 2022 and 2023, it will be transferred to the center and northwest respectively. So what do you do if your bedroom has the 5 yellow this year? For this particular volatile energy, prevention is better than cure. The best advice would be is to find another room in the house to serve as your new bedroom for the year. This is to avoid disturbing the energy. If this is not possible, there are 2 things that you can do in order not to stir the energy. First, do not place any water feature in the room. This means no water fountain or aquarium should be introduced, as water moving feature is a yang energy that greatly stirs Qi, and that is one thing one should avoid. Second, no renovation should be done inside the room that will shake or disturb the location. Therefore, no drilling or hammering should be done to floors or walls that would again could stir up the Qi. There are some cures that are advised by some Feng Shui masters. Some recommend salt cures. This is by having a salt and water with 6 coins in a container and having it sit inside the room for about a year. Others recommend the 6 metal rod wind chime, which they say suppresses the negative energy. Some are more practical and adhere to the way how the 5 elements interact. This is the Wu Xing cycle. So for them, the way to mitigate the yellow 5, which is an earth element in nature, is by weakening it with plenty of metal items. The heavier, the better, which comes in the forms of 6 heavy metal barbell plates, or bronze, or copper, or iron statues. Please do note that the cures are there only to reduce or mitigate the effect and cannot absolutely eliminate it. Hence, it is best to use the prevention methods mentioned before. So in this video, we have discussed the possible effects of the external Shas and the yellow 5. Remember, we are trying to maximize the good Qi. I do hope you would take some time to correct or remedy these issues in your house before it negatively affects your well-being. As always, best of luck!